Tomorrow is the first official day of Eagles preseason. The football season is back, and I can't wait to see all the new pieces. It does stink that we won't see Devontae Smith, but I still can't wait.
This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike. Talking Sixers in the Bird Gang, that's our life. Competition, we ain't scared, yeah, that's what we like. Win or lose, you know we showing up and we gon' fight. You see we strive for the sky every day that go by. And every single week we screaming fly, Eagles fly. This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike, yeah. This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike, yeah.
What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk Podcast, and today we got a lot to talk about. I want to touch on some important players that this preseason they can't take lightly. Guys on the bubble, guys trying to show that they're better than their rookie season last year or whatever we saw last year. We got a lot to talk about, but before we do that, if you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Do not forget to turn on post notifications so you're instantly notified when I go live or drop some content. And be sure to hit that like button if you're excited for all these young Eagles. And follow your boy on Twitter. That's where we talk Eagle news behind the YouTube scenes, or if you want to get at me. You know what I mean? But you know how we start these videos. E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagle! Yes, sir. Now you're like, Mike, why aren't you wearing the jersey? It is hot. Today is like 100 degrees. It's hot up here already. AC got turned on late. I keep slacking, and so I got it on my lap. I wanted to show you that I really want to see some Devontae Smith, but I understand the injury happened. It's nothing big, and his health is the most important thing. But I do want to talk about a couple things before I get into some of the players I want to see stand out in preseason, because at the end of the day, I don't care about the score. I just want to see what we worked on in the offseason, the things Nick Sirianni said he's going to implement. I want to see them slowly but surely start to take place. If we come out super hot or super bad, you can't get too high or too low. It's preseason. But you start to see what this team is about, and we're not going to show our whole hand on offense and defense, but you start to see the pieces of the puzzle come together. Now, I want to just let you guys know that last year I did live play-by-plays. This is how they look. Got the scoreboard, got the opposing team's quarterback, our quarterback, and I say the play-by-play. You know, Jalen Hurts stepping back, looking to his left. He throws to his right. Touchdown, Devontae Smith. I can't wait to say stuff like that. And then we chop it up in the chat. So if you're watching the game, but you also want to tune in to get some, you know, what's going on, let me know. Like I said, I know a lot of people watch it and only tune in to just chat, because sometimes you want to talk that talk, whether we're winning or losing. Now, one more thing before we get into some of the players I really want to see step up, whether they're new or old. Golden Tate posted this on IG. Shout out to everybody who was hit me up on Twitter about this. But it said, game days, I go to a dark place. But, I mean, a couple days, or actually one day before the Eagles preseason game, he puts this, he could go to a dark place in any other jersey. Now, I know people are going to say this doesn't mean nothing, and I agree. He could just be like, man, I need a team. I see the Eagles wide receivers are getting hurt. John Hightower, Arcega-Whiteside stinks, and their number one pick is not going to be hurt long term, but he's hurt. Let me get a vet to come in and help them out. Maybe so. Will I be opposed to getting Golden Tate? No. Am I for it? No. I see it as, if you get him, cool. Compete. If he beats out the likes of Rager, Whiteside, Hightower, these guys, Greg Ward, well then it is what it is. You got to start making moves to get rid of these guys. I don't think he'll beat out a Jalen Rager or a Quez Watkins or a Fulgham, because I think they're going to put into work. I think Rager's going to have a bounce-back season. But if he does, he does. It's the betterment of the team. So I'm not opposed, but I'm not for it. It is what it is. And if you're not, get the Eagles gear off, my guy. Sorry. Now, let's talk about some players I want to see thrive in these preseason games. Not only the Pittsburgh Steelers game, but throughout the whole preseason, and that is, let's start with the offensive side. Let's be honest, Jalen Hurts. I'm not sure how much he's going to play. I don't think he's going to play that much if things go according to plans, but I want to see him with this new regime and just feel a little bit more comfortable in the pocket and doing things under Nick Sirianni. I'm not going to put the biggest pressure on Jalen Hurts because I think he's going to come around. I saw the upside last year. There's things he has to correct, and you're not going to be able to correct that all in a couple preseasons. Quarterback play is a work in progress. But I am going to look at Jalen Hurts to see how smooth things transition in a couple drives. The running back room. Miles Sanders is the lead back. We know this. How big of a role will Kenneth Gainwell have? Kerryon Johnson, Jordan Howard, Boston Scott, Jason Huntley. Who emerges in these next couple weeks to be the second or third back? It's a crowded room. They got to compete heavy in this preseason 3 games. The wide receivers. Now that Devontae Smith goes down, who steps up? Jalen Reagor had a subpar rookie season. A lot of things contributed to his subpar rookie season, but at the end of the day, he still has to account for what he can fix and what he can do better. And we started to see a couple camps after getting yelled at that he stepped up. I want to see Quez, Fulgham, Greg, Reagor take some leaps in the preseason and build chemistry with Jalen. Now, for the tight ends, I think they're pretty much established. In college, Jalen Hurts wasn't a great tight end thrower. He's been leaning on him in camp, so I want to see that bond. And last but not least, not the offensive line, the starters, because if we're healthy, we're good there. But we haven't been healthy over the last couple years, so I want to see the Driscolls, the Herbigs, the Pryors. These guys step up that if they're thrusted into a full-time role or a role that's longer than a week or two, they can hold it down. Now, let's get to the defensive side of the ball, and what can I say? McPherson, the secondary. I really wish I could see Kevon Wallace, but I know he has to get better. I mean, the linebackers, Davion Taylor, he's not going to be there. I wanted to see him. But Sean Bradley, these young guys, TJ Edwards, a guy who every time I say, he's starting to do good, he gets hurt. You know what I mean? The defensive line, how's the rotation going to be? Milton Williams, where does his role fit? We've seen him on the outside as an end, inside as a tackle. Where does he fit in? The guy from USC, Marlon Woody. I don't know how to say his name. How much of an impact can he have inside stopping a run? TJ McGrill, a guy who always finds himself on the Eagles roster. There's a lot of people I want to see step up. The deep end guys, the guys that are just really on a bubble. You know what I mean? Craig James in a walking boot, so we won't see much of him. How good is Josiah Scott in game? We saw him step up in the slot. Can a guy like Avonte Maddox, who's been around a little bit, but finally getting back to his slot role, how good could he be in the system of a JG? You know what I mean? So there's so many things I want to see. And just to go back to the offense, I do want to see who actually could be the number 2 quarterback. Can Nick Mullins beat out a Joe Flacco who's making $3 million? Or is Joe Flacco the 100% second string quarterback? And then maybe we have Nick Mullins as a guy who lingers around because of COVID. I don't know. But I kind of want to see who takes the number 2 spot just for GP. But I think on defense, it really comes down to the linebacker position. But with so many injuries, I really wanted to see Kayvon and Davion. You know, Sean Bradley will still be there. Jacoby Stevens is hurt. So our little baby nagging injuries, nothing long-term, is kind of holding us back to see what these young guys do. But it's still an it's preseason. It's preseason. A guy like Jannard Avery, who on the unofficial depth chart was slotted as the 3rd linebacker. Let's see what he's going to do. I haven't heard his name be called. And even Steven Nelson, a guy who some people are super high on. Some people are like, yeah. How does he fit in alongside of Slay? Tongue twister. How does he fit in? Is opposing quarterbacks going to target him heavy because of Slay's coverage? Just certain things we want to see early in the preseason, and I'm just glad that football is back. So let me know in the comment section who is a couple players on offense and defense you're really interested in seeing. I pretty much named everybody because I really want to see everybody, including Nick Sirianni and the coaching staff. How comfortable are they on the sidelines calling plays? Do they look like they got the swag in the way they're calling them? This one to this one and this one. And then, 2 or 3 plays later, we set you up with this for this. How good is their order of play calling and just things of that sort? How cool are they when it comes down to it? And these are all kinks you want to get out in the preseason, whether it's good or bad. You want to see good. You want to see no false starts, no illegal motions, no delay of games. You want to see clean football, fundamentally sound. So let me know in the comment section, whether it's coaching staff, offensive players, defensive players, who are you interested in really putting the microscope on? You know what I mean? And to finish this up, because it's getting a little too long, if you don't follow me on Twitter, you should. Right there it is. But man, Jordan Mailata, not only is he a dominant left tackle, but this guy can sing. This is from Sean Bradley's Instagram. Listen. And this little cut up because of how the Instagram story stops and starts. Listen.
You're a sweet strawberry wine. You're as warm as a glass of brandy.
Damn!
That Tennessee whiskey, you know what I mean? With that being said, I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk Podcast. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, hit it. We will be doing a lot of things for the season. And until next time, y'all know what time it is. We out.